Alright. Let me check that I have... Okay, we have audio. Wonderful. Let's share it to the Discord. Let's share it to the Discord. Yeah, of course they extended it. Alright, here we go. Question, do I take off all the strings and... Yeah, I really should clean the fretboard. Maybe even oil it. Okay. Alright, let me go fetch the electrical tape. Alright. So here's bit of advice number one. If you're gonna take all the strings off of the mandolin, you're gonna wanna mark the position of the bridge, because that thing is just gonna slide around and go somewhere you don't want it to. So we take some electrical tape, because that's easiest to remove. And if only I had some scissors. There we go. So we mark on either side of the bridge. Make sure we align it properly. You know what? Why am I making this so hard? Just tape the entire bridge to the body. Now this thing ain't going anywhere. Let's move this out of the way before I break anything. All right. Remove the improvised overtone mute, which is really just a shoelace. Come on. I really hope I'm not just talking to myself here and forgot to turn on the microphones. But it looks like the sound is okay, so here's hoping. Okay. Let's remove all the accessories. My DIY tone guard. Don't judge me. The real thing is just kind of overpriced in my book. Okay. Put this somewhere we're gonna find it again. And then start taking off the strings. So when I take them all off, I like to kind of do it symmetrically, one by one. One on either side. Loosen them. Loosen them some more. Relieve all this tension. Make sure the electrical tape is nice and snug to the body. We don't want the bridge tipping over. Now if I had to do anything about the intonation, this wouldn't matter. But since I already set it up the way I like it, I don't want this bridge to go anywhere, so we're taping it to the body. And then it's just taking off those strings one by one. Now, if I had to be quick about it, I would probably take them pliers and just cut them off, but used strings are always good to save, basically. Whenever I break one, in the pinch of moment I just use one of these to replace a broken string. Because putting on a brand new string kind of throws off like the whole tone balance. If you do that, you have like one string that is noticeably brighter than the rest of them, and I don't know, just feels wrong to me. So I usually save those old strings in case I break one, and then just put one of those on. Oh my god, that's one gunky fretboard. Yep. I'm so gonna have to clean that. Also very gunky strings. Ew. Take a bit of paper towel, or in this case toilet paper, because I ran out of paper towels, and just wipe them along those strings to, I don't know, clean them up just a little bit, get the worst of the gunk off of it. It's probably not gonna work wonders, but it's something. Still, I'm trying to be careful not to knock this bridge over. I don't want to have to fix the intonation of this thing. Yep. I want to clean this one as well. All right. Okay, now before I take off all of the tension of the neck, I quickly need to check if it's straight still. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, okay. Oh man, that is one perfectly straight neck. That's perfect. Cool. So we don't have to adjust the truss rod, which is always nice. It's also a bit surprising. Last adjustment I did was... When did I change those strings last? I think it was sometime in the summer. Yeah, usually when the seasons change, it's a good idea to check if your truss rod needs adjustment. Now that's something you can easily do yourself, but you don't have to. You can take it to a luthier if you're not comfortable with that. But if I were to adjust the truss rod, I would take off the cover here on the headstock, just take out these two screws, and I don't remember what kind of tool exactly I'd need. I think it's one of those wrenches I have in there. Yeah. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, you know the drill. Careful not to get poked by those string ends. That's always fun. Now, especially with the plain strings, I try to straighten them out a little before I coil them up for repackaging, you know. Makes it a little bit easier to put them back on if you ever need to. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Okay, let's make sure all the gauges, let's group them up. Wonderful. See all the gunk that's on these strings? Those skid marks here. Yeah. That's what you get if you're like me and you never wipe your strings until you change them. I'm a pig sometimes. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Or both. Think about that. Ah, come on. Now, this time I want to try to introduce some more windings around the post for my A strings. Kind of, I always do too few and they're always very unstable tuning wise. And for once, I want to change that. But we'll see if I remember. I wouldn't get my hopes up. Also, remember to stay hydrated, kids. Good old tap water. I kind of feel like this is the worst ASMR stream ever. There we go, final string. Let's hope our bridge doesn't tip over. We really wouldn't want that. Jesus, look at all this gunk. Oh. Right, nut is also loose. But that's not as big a problem. This one has a well-defined slot. So we're good. Yeah. Try not to poke my own eye out here. Can I get you through there? Nope. Okay. Now, yeah, this tailpiece, while it looks cool, is kind of a nightmare for putting new strings on. Once we get to that point, I will tell you exactly why. But in the meantime, that's all our strings off. So now we get to do some cleaning. Oh boy. Yep, and we're getting ever closer to needing a refret basically because, yeah, I don't think there's even enough material for an actual fret dress. Yeah, it'll take maybe 1 or 2 more sets of strings before that becomes an actual necessity. Right. Man, those grooves are bad. question. Do I want to go stainless steel on this instrument as well? Yeah, again, I still have probably a few months of playing before I need to really think about that. Right. Now, I could try and scrape all of this gunk off with like a razor blade or something, but what I find works really well is just to go, well, you can either try to just wipe it off with your fingers, which is kind of disgusting but effective, or since we're gonna give this poor dry wood a little bit of oiling up anyway, use that as our cleaning agent. That works surprisingly well, actually. So this is just plain old linseed oil, or Leinöl in German. Gets the job done really well. Just a little bit of a dab, and then we're just gonna start wiping. Take the knot off, why not? And then we're just gonna wipe across the fretboard. Get a little bit of a nail in there to get all this gunk off. Don't be too afraid to dig in there. You want to clean that thing. Yeah, you can immediately see all the gunk getting caught on here, which tells us that this is working. Exactly what we want. Yeah. So, depending on how bad it is, it's gonna take a few passes, but usually it's over pretty quickly. If you have long fingernails, you can kind of dig them in there too and try to scrape it off through the towel so as to not damage the wood. Just so it doesn't take forever to get all the dirt off. And eventually it'll at least be much cleaner than it was before. So, yeah. Fold it over, get a little bit more clean part of the towel, oil it up some more. We're not gonna leave this oil on there for too long, so we don't have to worry about the wood expanding too much. It's just again, for the first pass, it's kind of just our cleaning agent here, and then we're gonna wipe off the excess anyway. It's just a bit of a protective layer for the wood against the elements, so to speak. And when we're done, hopefully it'll be all nice and shiny and much less disgusting than before. God, there's so much dirt on there. How long ago did I change these strings? I really don't remember, and that's never a good sign. Another little observation which is very telling about my playing is that anything past like the 10th fret is suspiciously clean. Hey, I'm no Chris Tilly, alright? Actually, I'm kind of a noob on the mandolin. But we all gotta start somewhere. So this upper part of the fretboard really doesn't need that much cleaning, so it's really more about just applying the oil as again as a protective layer against humidity and dryness and temperature, like all the elements. So let's take a closer look at this lower part again. Get a new piece of, well, paper towel. Let's fold it over and do some more wiping here. Yeah. Really get in there and take off all the excess. Don't get caught in your tailpiece. And this already looks so much nicer. Yes. So pretty. Still. Oh yeah, that's still actual dirt there. Yeah, just a bit of scraping along there with my fingernail. To get the rest off. And there we are. Now I'm a little bit tempted to take a file to these frets, but I don't think that's a good idea. Very uneven already. Just to have a professional look at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, if you're checking for dirt, it's always good to do so against like a light source. I have my studio lights behind my camera here. Just really worth a lot. Kinda hard to tell, but I feel like the binding is coming loose here. Doesn't seem to be moving though. Yeah. Again, once that thing gets a refret, the binding's gonna come off anyway, so I'm not too worried. Some more scratching off the dirt here. Got some oil on my thumb here. That's no fun. Hmm. Looks like the 15th fret is starting to raise a little bit on the side here. Oh, actually, it's a couple of frets. Yeah, not great. Oh well. Again, the upper part of this fretboard was already pretty clean, so there's not really any cleaning to be done here. Just wiping off the excess oil. And here we are. From dirty and gunky to nice and shiny. May also want to give the body a quick wipe. See what we can do there. Now you can certainly use specialized polish for your body, but I really usually just give it a kind of a dry wipe. Kind of get the worst impurities off. This doesn't look great though. Yeah. Doesn't really matter though. Same for the headstock. Do I take off this running gag? The good old Ostmann sticker, which would be kind of a direct literal translation of the words Eastman, or the word Eastman, the name. My German friends out there will know why that's funny. The rest of you I will leave in the dark. Because I'm a mean son of a bitch. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that off. I feel like that joke has kinda run its course. Just dip it in a little bit of water and try to clean in between those tuning posts. Though it kind of looks like I need something stronger. I guess water with a little bit of dish soap would be the way to go, but yeah. I don't particularly feel like going to such great lengths today, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. Alright. Now we get to the actual fun part. Putting on some new strings. Let's place our nut again. Now for some actual ASMR. Oh, come on. I already have too many of these Daddario stickers. Gotta love the smell of new strings. Plasticky. Okie dokie. So these are probably my G strings. G string. D. Let's screw this bottle closed so we don't have to clean up an actual oil spill on my desk. Okay, now which is which? Silver is A, so that's my, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now to stabilize the bridge, and that's why this tailpiece kind of annoys me. I mean, it was nice and cheap, only was like 30 euros after my original Eastman tailpiece broke. I still have it here actually. It's probably kind of hard to tell, but two of these teeth just broke off. So kind of impossible to attach strings to that anymore if all these teeth start breaking off, and they're like, this one here was just about to go, so it was a whole thing. So I needed a replacement and fast, and because I didn't want to spend like $300 on one, I bought this one here. I don't even remember what it's made of anymore. It's just, yeah, but it has these posts here, and the strings just kind of like to slip off of those. So you have to hold it in place at the one end while you fiddle it through the post and wrap it around, and it's yeah, you'll see. So anyway, to stabilize the bridge, I like to start with the outer strings first. So we're gonna take one of the high E strings, and we're gonna take one of the low G strings, and we're gonna bring them more or less up to tension already, or at least to enough tension that the bridge won't move, and I can remove the electrical tape if I have to. Again, we do not want that thing to tip over, because I really kind of don't feel like having to set up the intonation again. So we're gonna fit that through here. And then need to hold it down while doing all of the rest of that with one hand, kind of. Which is pretty much impossible. So what I'll do instead is I'll take, I have one of these screws lying around here. Just gonna fit that through the loop here. Just kind of wedge that in here somewhere, so it doesn't accidentally like slip through here. So then I'm just gonna gently guide that through the hole in the tuning peg, and then put it up on the bridge while we measure how much we actually need. So I kind of like to go. So if I have this E string here, and we're just gonna assume it's in both slots here. I like to go past the tuning post to the second next. So this would be for the second A string. Take this length of string as an extra, and then we can start winding it around. So let me try to do this properly. So it's all slotted through there. I'm trying to keep it under tension so that it doesn't slip off this stupid post on the tailpiece. Again, keep the tension. And immediately it says, no, I like to slip off. Fuck you. So, I'm gonna measure this a little bit. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna wind it around here, and immediately it says, oh god. Yeah. Again, this tailpiece was not the smartest investment. So now we can start winding, making doubly sure that this thing doesn't slip off the post yet again. And I probably, yeah, it was probably too much string, but it'll be fine. I've done worse before, and it was still okay. Now you'll probably call me insane for not using an actual string winder. I just never felt comfortable using those. Don't ask me why. Just could never get used to it. So I do it by hand. Again, you can call me crazy for all I care. Won't change the way I do things. Right. So you're in place here, you're in place here. 1 4 8. And now we do the same thing with the low G. And then those two outer strings are gonna hold the bridge in place. And then we don't actually have to worry about that slipping or tipping over anymore. Still, I wouldn't remove the electrical tape until all of the strings are on there. So yeah, I see you over there doing your thing. Piece of garbage. Hey, you know what I've never tried? Just kind of bend it a little, angle it downward. Maybe this will help. Hey, figuring out new life hacks on the fly. Kind of proud of that. Okay. And here we are. Make sure nothing shifted. Looks good. Okay, cool. That's our first 2 strings. Now we repeat the whole process 6 more times and we're done. Sounds so simple when I say it like that. Oh boy. Yeah, well, let's try our new life hack. And this little thing a little bit. Maybe it'll stay in place. Maybe it won't. Who actually knows? We'll find out. Let's get it through the slots here. Yeah, that actually looks to be working. Ha! New life hack confirmed. Okay. Still, whatever you do, you want to keep the tension while you wind, so there's no more slippage. Kind of the last thing that I want. Make sure you don't actually accidentally poke the string ends in your eye or other soft tissues of your body. Trust me, that's very painful. Just keep the tension until you have enough windings, and you can let go of the string. Just keep winding. Actually, let me adjust the camera. Probably should have done that like a half hour ago. Okay, now we can set it down in the slots. Make sure this won't slip off. Bring it up to some more tension. Yep, looks good. And you know, get my pliers. Now, you usually don't want to, what you definitely don't want to do is cut the strings to size before you have wound them. But since it's already like on the tuning peg, it's nice and secure, still a little bit slack, so I'm gonna wind it some more even. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off so it doesn't keep poking me while I do this. Boom. That's much nicer. Now you could also do that for these plain E strings, but they're to the other side, they don't annoy me as much. So I'm gonna leave them for now. Okay, come on, get through the hole here, please. Thank you. Keep it hitting that microphone. If anybody is actually watching, I'm sorry. Otherwise, I'm gonna apologize to future Joe when he edits this in post. And possibly makes a video of it. We'll see. We'll see how much of this I can actually use. None of this was actually planned. Oh, please, for the love of God, stay in there. Oh, this one's gonna be horrible. I can already tell. Anyway, same rule. This is my tuning post where the string goes on. I measure past that to the length of the distance between two of those tuning posts is the kind of excess, is the amount of excess string I want to have, as a rule of thumb. Now for the thicker wound strings, you usually want a little less than that. For the plain strings, you might want a little more. It's really up to preference, but this is mine. So this piece of shit. This thing is annoying me already. Now, I could probably try to do the luthier's knot or something here, but I've never really been one for that, so I want to try and weigh it down with something, but what can I wedge in there actually? Let's try the screw and then use the pliers as a counterweight or something. Just hope this stays in place. I have a very redneck way of doing things sometimes. Been at this almost an hour now. No. Stay down, you little shit. Or not. Okay, now. Don't you dare go anywhere. I'll get you up to tension. Oh, thank God. Boom! That's both our G strings on there. Just how I like it. Yeah, probably gonna cut this one off too, so I can work around it better. Okay, next one. On to the Ds. Always cracks me up. Now, since we're running out of tuning posts here, just kind of have to gauge it by eye. Hope the string doesn't slip off the other end. Looks good so far. Ah. Yeah, towards the end it kind of gets easier for whatever reason. I guess because these posts are closer to the guide holes. So I'm not gonna question it. I'm just happy that it works. Right. Cut this to size. And then we move on to the first of our A strings. Hooray! Don't poke me in the eye, please. It's always scary unpacking these. Hey, I got a spam email. Oh, please work with me here. This one's gonna slip off, I just know it. It's not gonna be a fun time. And I think I hit the microphone with a string end. Yeah. Let me reiterate, worst ASMR stream probably ever. Unless you're like a masochist. Oh god, please stay. Please stay on the post. Just this once, yeah? This is nerve-wracking. This is the part I hate the most. Again, call me crazy, but I do not believe in string winders. I like to do things by hand. Is this gonna slip? I just know it's gonna. I'm so scared. Please stay, please stay, please. Come on. We're almost there. Alright. Keep the tension. Move it down. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, come on. Oh my god, we're actually good. Just keep winding, keep winding. Oh my god, first A string on there. Hallelujah. My god, I've been at this for over an hour. Oh well. We're almost done. Just 2 more, and then we've done it. Then we have a new set of strings on there. Whew. Okay, those last 2 are always the most finicky. Pretty much have to pull it all the way through the hole before you have the slightest chance at slipping it over the post. Oh, that was actually surprisingly smooth. I'm not sure that's ever happened before. Get that thing through here. And right around here. Keep the tension, make sure it doesn't slip. Yeah. Man, am I glad that I only do this like every 3 or 4 months. Any more often and I would probably lose my sanity. I think this might have been too much excess string. Yeah, we'll see. Should still be fine. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely cut that off. Okay, just one more. One more and we're done. Well, with the changing of the strings anyway. Then begins the long and arduous journey of tuning them all. And once we start tuning them, I'm gonna do something to these strings, for which a couple of luthiers would probably give me the evil eye and curse me. But I don't give a shit. You'll see what it is very shortly. Okay. Slot it in, measure out the distance, yeah, something like this. Keep the tension. Make sure this little thing doesn't slip. Yeah, this is becoming very repetitive right now. But then again, this is a live stream. If I cut this down to a video, I'm probably gonna fast forward through this part. This string looks like it's about to slip off of the post at the tailpiece. Oh. I hate this. I hate this so much. Also, these second course tuning packs are really not as easygoing as the other ones. Maybe I should take a look at that as well. Oh my god. This is a workout, man. Do you need to be greased? Is there a screw I need to loosen a little bit? I don't know what it is. Maybe I should really take a look at that. Or maybe it's just due to the fact that you're one of the longer ones. Okay. You stay down. And it looks like we can remove the electrical tape finally. Ah, God. Okay. Let's cut all the excess right here. I could probably do it a little bit cleaner, but for now this will do. Okay. Let's fetch a pick. And a tuner. But for now, let's get a reference note. Make sure our bridge is nice and straight before we get it all up to tension. Yep, that's flush with the body, that's nice. That's I kind of like to get the strings up to tension, outward to inward, but so long as you do it vaguely symmetrical, you should be fine. It's kind of always the scariest part. You know, it happens to you once. It only needs to happen once that you tune in one of those E strings up to pitch and it just snaps right off. Only needs to happen once and you will be paranoid for life. Now what happens when you bring the other strings up to pitch is the whole tension around on the neck increases, and yeah, it kind of bends forward a little bit. Just ever the slightest bit is enough so that the strings you already tuned are now under less tension because the distance has shortened ever so slightly. And that's why when you bring one string up in tension, pretty much all the others lose tension. So you're just gonna have to keep tuning them up to pitch, and also they're stretching and settling. It's a whole slew of effects that happen all at once here. Now, one thing you can do to mitigate all of this stretching and settling, especially if you're like not like I am right now, but if you were, say, to at a gig or at the studio and you quickly have to change a string and you want you want tuning stability, what you can do is stretch your strings. Now again, like I already alluded to before, some luthiers will curse me out for this, because it is said that this can damage the core of the string, which is true if you pull on it too excessively, or if you have some strings made from different material. But with a steel core strings, it's really a non-issue in my experience. So you're gonna take your string at the 12th fret, because that's where you have the most leeway. Now, if you're like me and you have long nails, that'll work out perfectly. You're gonna center your hand around the 12th fret and then just dig into the string with your nails and just pull it up slightly, maybe a centimeter, half an inch, whatever unit of measurement you want to use it, and just wiggle it a little bit, and then do that for all the strings. Don't pull it too hard, again, just maybe a centimeter, half an inch, and above the fretboard at the 12th fret. Wiggle it a little around a little bit. Do that for all the strings. Bring them back up to pitch, and then you can do that 2 or 3 times, and then that'll get you some tuning stability. You can keep going until you notice no more change in pitch after you stretch the strings, you know? So we're gonna tune them back up. Doesn't have to be 100% accurate, this was just the first pass of stretching. They're gonna go flat once we do it again. Tune these strings back up. And then we're gonna do another round of stretching. Again, we'll take him at the 12th fret, right in the middle of the string. Pull him up, centimeter, half an inch, wiggle them around a little bit. Not too hard, you don't want to use excessive force because that can actually damage the string, especially the wound strings. You just want to gently wiggle it around a little bit. And then we're gonna check the pitch. It's less flat than last time. Yeah, these are almost good. Yeah, let's maybe give him one last pass of stretching and then I think we're good. I don't think this is strictly necessary anymore, but might as well, right? Just a little bit of pull, gently. Wiggle him around. Not too hard. And just see if we have any more change in pitch from that. Almost nothing. Ah! Yeah, you notice the second G has slightly more winding, so needs a little bit more to settle. Yeah. This one didn't have any change. E strings are already stable. Wonderful. Typing hazard. You're late to the party. I'm pretty much done here. At this point I'm just putting all my accessories back on and calling it a day. My DIY tone guard. The strap. Oh yeah, and I should probably take off all that electrical tape. Ah, come on, please. Ah, wonderful. Take it off before it permanently fuses with the body. And there we are. That's the strings changed. Yeah, don't worry about it. This is pretty much my lunch break, and I figured this thing needs a string change anyway. Why not stream it to the internet? Okay. But you know, while I'm here, might as well play something on this thing, right? You don't need to see my desk anymore. Let's fire up the old strum machine. If I can find it. Big if, apparently. Wait a minute. There we go, that wasn't so hard. Yeah, since I gotta practice this one for an upcoming show anyway. So is this gonna blow out my eardrums now?
1, 2.
Kind of.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, enough of that. That felt like it was way too loud as well. Wait. Hold up. Let me check. Did it even pick up on the stream?
1.
Oh,
2.
yeah, it did. Okay. Let's see. What's something else that I can actually play on the Mendo? Spoiler, it's not gonna be a lot. Oh, fuck it. Let's go for a bit of Saint Ansriel and then we'll call it.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Titan Hazard. Alright. Mandolin maintenance and string change done. So, guess that's it for the day.